Let's move on to our first root here. I brought this, I've already made this chart here. So we have talked about root. We have root here which is za, ha and ba. And za, ha, ba is equivalent to saying in English to go. It gives the meaning of to go, and we know that in English to go is a kind of masdar. We have said it's infinitive, which behaves or is considered to be equivalent to the concept of masdar in Arabic. So za, ha, ba, which we already know that masdar is the source of different words, which gives us similar meanings on a general level. So that helps to find out the meanings of different words. I'm not going to go into details. I have discussed this in one of the previous videos, and if you want a refresher, please go back and watch that video again. So let us start on zahaba, zahaba, to go. So clearly these are three separate root letters, and when we have to make words from these three letters, we'll have to put them together. And in this particular root, the way to put them together is that we write it like this. Zal is separate, and ha and ba are put together. So we have za, zal, ha, ba. And then to pronounce zal, ha, ba, we will have to put short vowels, and which we know there are three, which is fatha, dhamma, and kasra, and then the fourth one is not haraka. It's actually gives silence to a letter, and that's called sukoon. So if we start from here, before we go into Arabic and go through this chart, let's go back to English. What we said quite a while ago in one of the initial videos, that in Arabic, the words, there is inflection of the words which we have noticed. For example, we say Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin. In Kalama we say Muhammadun. In Adhan we say Muhammadan. And in what would you call Durood, we say Muhammadin. Okay, so Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin is inflection, that the words change, and the change occurs in the last part of the word. This inflection, when it is applied to nouns, we know it's called declension. So nouns in Arabic decline, we know that. And when that inflection is applied to verbs, it's called conjugation. And the translation of that is tasrif. Tasrif means surf changing of the words. Basically, that's what tasrif means. I have also discussed this word in one of the previous videos when we discussed what was the different sciences of Arabic grammar, and we said one of them is tasrif, surf, the science of surf, science of nahw and science of surf. So science of nahw is how we put different words together, whether they are ism or fail or harf, the way we put them together to make sentences, that's nasab. And how the words then change with these harka, that's our surf, the sense of surf, which is then the conjugation is called tasrif. So if we do conjugation of to go in English, we start with the first person. So I will say we will do the past tense because we are starting with the past tense. We are starting with Madi, and with the time we are going to move on to Mudare. So when we conjugate to go in the past tense in English, we start with the first person and say, I went, we went. So I is both for masculine and feminine, and we is also both for masculine and feminine. So there's no gender differentiation here in the first person. When we talk about conjugate that in the second person, we say you went. If it's a man, we will say you went. If it's a woman, we will say you went. Again, there's no gender differentiation here either. And again, in plural, we'll say they went. Many men and many women, they went. So again, there is no gender differentiation here either. When we move on to third person in English, we say he went. So gender differentiation has come here. He for male, for a man. And she went for a woman. And then we say they all went. We will say, if they're all men, we'll say they went. Or women, we will say they went. So basically, we have 2 plus 2, 4 plus 3, 6 conjugation forms in English of this, we can call muster to go. Now, in Arabic, we start with the third person. And we are not, in this particular example, we are not going to have just 2 plus 2, 4, and 3, 7 forms. We are going to have these 14 forms. But they're not really difficult because we have already worked on this paradigm when we were working on the Meyer. So what we said basically was one of the Meyer, that huwa huma hum, hiya huma hunna, anta antuma antum, anti antuma antunna, ana nahnu. So the pattern, this paradigm is the same, but now we are going to go through this paradigm with different verbs. So to go in Arabic will be zal, ha, ba. And because we start from the third person in Arabic, so after putting za, ha, ba, zal, ha, ba, not za, zal, ha, ba together, we will have to give short vowels, harka. So it makes it easy in the third person singular masculine first form here. The first radical, which is fa kalima, takes fatha, and the third kalima also takes fatha. We can put blindly fatha here, and we will be okay. So that will apply to conjugation of all the verbs in Madi, in the past tense. The middle kalima, which is ain kalima, the harka will change from verb to verb, and this may take fatha, this may take dhamma, this may take kasra. So in the case of to go, it takes fatha. So that's why I've highlighted that with red color here. So our third person masculine singular conjugation form of to go in Arabic is zahaba.